Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, Bobby Dodd Stadium and the home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The Rambling Wreck is here, and these fans have been waiting since early in the day to get this one cranked up. Jackets will kick it away to start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will get the first crack at it here. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. The give. Just ran over it.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll try the run. At the 40, there he goes. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warrick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. When Bobby Bowden built this program, high-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
The Seminoles will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense drags him down.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Let's it fly. Touchdown Seminoles. And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Georgia Tech's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
They'll run it from the gun. Finds Zach Brees, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's got him in the flat. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Big part of the offensive game plan is yards after the catch, but none available there.
I like the idea on offense of trying to spit the ball outside quickly and see if your guy can make something happen in space, but give the defense credit. They rallied to the ball, got him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Really impressed with how this team has seized momentum here, playing on the road in this hostile environment. Their offense gets it first. They march down the field. They put up some points. And here's the defense now on their first drive, getting a critical sack on 3rd down.
Looking for a block. It's Stevenson. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quick pass on the fly motion. Inside the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. From the gun, running back gets the give.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. No, he just flat ran over it. Just causing wreckage in the secondary. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
What great explosiveness by this running back to break through and almost get to the house, Jesse, but just comes up short.
Well, I'll tell you, he had a lot of help downfield as well. Receivers getting blocks and making life easier on the back there. And all of a sudden now this offense knocking on the door deep down in their opponent's territory.
He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And now, after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, no. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, biggest game of the week and maybe the season. The top 2 teams in football, here's how it ended. Utah delivered a masterpiece performance today and gave notice to the rest of college football. This is a team that can win anywhere, anyway against just about any opponent. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a matchup between the top 2 teams in football is going to go a long way in telling the story of this season.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. New set of downs after that completion. Looking to go up top on first down. Flips it out in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They're going to throw it again. Snagged in the middle. It's McClain. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play. play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Hawkins. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll throw it on first down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Yellow Jackets in the hurry up. The secondary walks up on the line showing press coverage. He's looking for an open man on second down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. On the move at the 30. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Man, it's so nice to have a weapon like this at quarterback. It dictates coverage. You want to play man-to-man? Everybody turns their back. Watch him pick him up, put him down, shoot up yards, getting a big play down the field.
Now from inside the red zone. Makes the catch. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Coming out with it, it's Stevenson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Noles will try to pin them back with the punt. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Now on second down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a three spot on the board. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys. Looks like we've got a great game day atmosphere today in Atlanta. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. but really this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the flats at Bobby Dodd Stadium.
The Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Now the play fake. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Pulls it in on the left. He's loose. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year. And
the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Let's see what he can do with the return. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable.
And he breaks into the open. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Florida State. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Slips through the line. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
He's got it on the right. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over. Nice job.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. Got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
And the Noles will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking to move it through the air. Firing to the right, complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown Seminoles! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. And this dude is spinning flaming spears everywhere, and he is cutting apart this defense.
They're going to have Nole Nation doing the chop, getting excited, getting jacked up about this guy, because this is the kind of day that starts to bring even more momentum to this spot. Now you got a quarterback that you can really trust.
The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And they got him for the sack.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's got him, and they convert. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Yellow Jackets want to move quickly. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Feeling some heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Here comes the biggest drive for this defense. They need this stop the way the rest of us need oxygen. If they don't get it, they're done. And they'll stop him before he gets started. They'll lose yardage on this play.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the fourth quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You've got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Finds a crease up, just plowing ahead. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. They're going to run it to the right. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Running behind that left side. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Power football with the run. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. The Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They bring him down strong. Effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene.